Alright, welcome back guys. It is your boy Vic here, back with another video. And in today's video we are training back. This is my favorite body part to train. I don't know why. I just feel ever since I think it was like 10 years ago I just started really falling in love with training back because of the fact that it's so complex and you have to go hard. You have to train heavy to really get some great results, and my back has made leaps and bounds over the years because of the fact that I put a lot of work into it. So anyway, here we are. This was a deadlift day, so it was from floor. I do rack deadlifts as well as floor deadlifts. Today happened to be the floor deadlifts. This gym, they don't like you slam the weights on the floor, so I started to put the little pads on the ground. So here I am doing sets. I think it's like set of 10, 10, 10, working up from like 135 to 225. Then I do 315. I am dieting right now, so my strength is nowhere near what it is when I am, full off-season mode, but I do feel pretty strong, so I think that's a good sign of muscle retention. So, yeah, I did get 4 or 5 for 10, but then that next set, I worked up to 495. I think I only got like 3, but hey, I am happy with it. But one big thing that I did this year is I try to train without my belt until the very, very heavy sets, and that includes, that's only on deadlift. That's only on the major, the deadlift and the squat. Everything else, I don't use a belt. I do not use a belt for anything except for deadlift and squat right now. And in fact, I've done that for my entire off season, and it's worked tremendously. And yeah, so I just can't, express that enough. But that's one big change to my training this year is the belt only being used for heavy stuff, and I noticed some great strength improvements in my core. So alright, so next up was the weighted pull-up. I love this exercise as well. I've been doing it every single back day since the off season because of the fact that it really helps bring out my lats to the next level. And yeah, so I do alternate between a wider grip and then I go with a closer, kind of like a supinated grip afterwards. I do 3 sets of each, so that's a total of 6 sets of pull-ups, reps of like 15, 12, 12, 10, 8, something like that. And yeah, so if you notice my sequence here, I'm doing a thickness exercise, a width exercise, and then I'm back here with the T-bar row, another thickness exercise. So I'd like to kind of stagger thickness and width throughout my back workout, because not only does it give my lower back a little rest, it also just helps me to keep my back balanced. So once I have developed my back to where I was pretty pleased with it, I was able to just make gains on a straight path, in a consistent manner. So yeah, I like to work heavy on this exercise. It's a power exercise. Arnold loved this, and I do too. One of my favorite rowing exercises, the T-bar row. I just feel it all the way up my mid-back. Yeah, so you can't go wrong with the T-bar row. Heavy rows, baby, just like Ronnie, Arnold, all those guys. Next up, another width exercise. Here we are with the lat pull down. Yeah, I am closing my eyes. I just like to feel the contraction, not the contraction, but like the stretch and pull with the lats. And I love this bar too with the 2 dual cables. I mean, it's just really good because of the fact that, I don't know, it just balances the bar really nicely. So yeah, I like this gym. But anyway, yeah, so here I am doing lat pull downs. Again, I don't go crazy heavy, but I do like to work up in weight there a little bit. Really feeling that, outer lat, upper rhomboid and all that stuff, and getting the full stretch. So alright, next up is another thickness exercise, and this is the underhand barbell row, working those lower lat insertions and really building that back thickness. And Christmas tree, baby. Man, I love this exercise. I love back day, like I said. But anyway, moving on. Now, this is another thickness exercise, but I do superset it with a width exercise. So it's kind of, you put them flip-flop them whatever way you want. It's kind of like width and thickness. Seated cable row. I'm doing a wide grip because I did close grip T-bar rows, but when I do barbell rows, wide grip, I'll do close grip seated cable rows. So I kind of have it all kind of intertwined in there. I know I'm weird, but whatever. It works for me. Next up is here it is, the dumbbell pullover. I like to go heavy with this exercise, get that full stretch. Yeah, I don't know if it makes your rib cage bigger or whatever they say, but it does work my serratus like crazy, as well as my lower pecs, and that looks great when you're in good condition on stage because you get those little sinewy fibers, and it looks awesome when you're really shredded. So, and you guys can't wait to see what this physique is coming. Oh my God, it's gonna look amazing. All right, yeah. So after the pullovers, I did some rack chins. So here we are, another width exercise after the rows and the pullovers. I like this because of the fact that you get the full stretch, and also you just got to make sure you keep your hips down, because otherwise it turns into a row, and it just really brings out my lats even more. So that's pretty much how I stagger my back workout, and I love it, and it's just, back day is my thing, man. Oh yeah, I do one extra little exercise here, the straight arm rope pull down, really working that. I really like these over the years because of the fact that it just kind of hits that right in the upper lat attachment to the back of the tricep, humerus, where the lat attaches, the upper humerus, and man, that exercise, if you do it correctly and you're really focused on pulling from that area, the angle, that proximal angle, you get a really nice contraction and pump in that lat. So, all right, then I did some light biceps. I do biceps on their own day with triceps, but this is a light bicep, little kind of a pump up thing. And yeah, so I'm doing a Scott curl here, one arm preacher dumbbell curl. I don't know, not really heavy, but just working the contraction here for 3 sets of 15 or something like that. Just feeling it out, and as you can see, getting leaner, baby. All right, so next, and then I kind of superset this with the rear delt movement, because I like the rear delts in on shoulder and back day. And yeah, here we are with the rear delts, incline reverse flies, sick pump if you do about 15 reps. So same thing as with rear delts. I do traps twice a week, once on back day, once on shoulder day, and I alternate between the bar, dumbbells, machines, whatever I got. Shrug. That's what I do. And if you notice, I kind of get like the peak contraction at the top to really stimulate and get that isometric contraction on the trap. So another bicep. So I do like 2 or 3 biceps, but yeah, this is a high pulley cable curl. Really good because of the fact that I'm getting ready for a show, and yeah, it kind of mimics that front double bicep pose. So yeah, just get me all ready and working that peak of the bicep. Another kind of trap rear delt combo exercise here, the face pull. I like to do it with my thumbs up, and I like to kind of do a retraction of the scapula before I do the pull, because of the fact that it really hits that inner upper back and those middle traps and the lower traps as well, that are hard to hit if you're not doing that retraction first. So, and then finally I finish off with the forearms, but the top of it, the brachioradialis. I like to do this to get those Phil Heath forearms. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I do the reverse wrist roll curl with the bar. And yeah, I do like, set of 10 or 15, whatever I did here. I don't know. It's pretty burnt out from the actual back and biceps, but yeah. So what I do is I kind of flick my wrists up as I curl it up at the top. So, and that gives me a sick pump in the top of the forearm. So, yeah, guys, and then that's pretty much it. And then I basically just stretch out. So that's back day for you. That's a typical back day for me. I'll only do deadlifts once every other week. So this week happened to be deadlift week. Next week it'll be just kind of like your typical back movements, rows and pull downs and stretches. With exercises. And then I'll do another deadlift week the week after, but it'll be rack deadlifts. So rack deadlifts and deadlifts alternate every other week. So I won't do deadlifts from the floor except for once a month. So I'm also stretching my biceps because they do get worked as well. And I find that using your fist on the edge works well. So, all right, guys. Yeah, little reveal here. I am about, in this video, like 7 weeks out, actually more like closer to 8 weeks out. Yeah, now I'm doing a voiceover, it's like 7 weeks out. But anyway, this is kind of like my current conditioning. Then again, this is like after, pumping up, water, food, breakfast, pre-workout meal, all that good stuff. So I'm, probably a little fuller than usual and stuff like that. But hey, I think I'm pretty pleased with where I'm at. And we're only going to get better. And there are some ridges coming in, and things are getting really shredded, so I'm really happy with how things are going. But yeah, I will try to keep you guys updated. But I am posing once after each workout for about a couple of quarter turn rounds and a few mandatories. I'm going to start working on my routine and start picking up music, but the cyborg is going to be ready. This is his season, and man, I'm enjoying it. Even with a crazy work schedule, busy life stuff, man, I gotta say that this training year I've never felt better. Everything's just kind of clicking. I'm on a good routine, and I do not want things to stop. So if you guys have any comments, questions, whatever, leave them down below in the comments, and I will get back to you ASAP. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. But yeah, all right guys, I will see you next time. Peace.
Muscles here.